Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Okay. Yes, we are covering your favorite colorist queen herself, Miss Chrissy, right? So we find out a couple of things about Chrissy today. Um Her video where she's pretty much going over a couple of things, right? The title is Sugaring Gone Wrong, Hotep Swirling, right? Or Hotep Hotep Swirlers and Fake Concern for the Community, as she calls it. Um and this is standard issue Chrissy talking points. I said it. They are who we thought they were. You let these people talk long enough and they start to show their fangs. They start to show their overall anti-blackness. It starts off with being anti-black man. And you let them talk long enough, and then it goes from anti-black man to just anti-black. Obviously with a heavy dose of class elitism or classism. Chrissy is not necessarily elite, but she does believe of herself or fashion herself as being above other black people. We also find out that Chrissy is in her late 30s, so she finally, well, confirmed it, or she confirmed it again. Um, we find out her father is Caribbean, um, right? So she's just another little angry, dark skinned troll sister who is unhappy with her dating life, her relationship life. Chrissy also pretty much admits that she's been, swirling from the jump. So for a woman who has been swirling, if she's in her late 30s for nearly, let's say, we're only going to count her dating history from when she became an adult. Late 30s is tends to be 38, 39, but let's say even if she's 37. So 37, 38, 39. So 20 years, give or take. For a person that's been swirling for 20 years, you still don't got no ring yet. I'm just saying. Railing against black men. Black men are the worst colorists on the face of the earth. Colorism, everything is colorism, featureism, texturism. And you've been swirling in situationships and dating and having sex with, and you brought up the Filipino guy again that you used to date, and you admitted that his family didn't like you in the beginning, right? So Chrissy does this kind of thing where she's like, well, y'all are dealing with black men that don't like black women, so essentially what's the issue with white racist men, right? And she's hopscotching. You know the thing when they say something and they reel it back, and then they say something different and then they reel it back, right? So they could try to cover all their bases. So you can never say, and Chrissy, you don't get to reel this back. No, Chrissy. I give warnings and I go after these. No, Chrissy. Many of your subscribers are extreme because they read through your BS. Yes, you're an extremist. So, it takes nuance, and, I'm not extreme. Yeah, you are. You don't get to. You and Crystal and Karazin with this crap. Well, y'all say something outlandish, and then when the real neo-Nazis, the next level neo-Nazis walk in the room, then you're like, oh my God, where did these people come from? They're so extreme. You're their foremother. You're their foremother, Chrissy. So Chrissy speaks about, not liking you Negroes either. And she's not just talking about black men, right? Standard issue Chrissy stuff. So let's see if we could play this real quick. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Remember, Mr. Z is on a shoestring budget, so hopefully you guys can hear this. And let's see. Here we go.
For other cultures. And let me tell you what a free black woman does. A free thinking individual black woman does. I take from each culture what I enjoy. And I'm okay with whomever I'm with doing the same thing. It's not that serious to me. I don't need my partner to like all black people. I don't even like all black people. Hello? Oh, did that trigger y'all? Yeah, I don't like all you niggas. I don't. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, of course you don't like all you niggas. Of course you don't. You're a wannabe elitist white woman. Half your issue with black men is that they didn't make you an elitist white woman. They didn't make you an upper middle class, rich, looking down your nose with your little teacup dog in your bag white woman. That's your issue. Of course. Dear black women, I told you. It starts off with black men ain't this, black men are colorist, featurist, da da da, texturist, da da. No. Chrissy's issue is that she's not a white woman, socially, politically a white woman, that she's not seen like an upper middle class white woman. Chrissy's showing you more and more of her classist things, not even elitist, because she's not. She didn't grow up that way. She's just a standard issue black woman, dark skinned black woman who is not getting the results in the dating market that she wants. And she resents all men, but particularly black men for it. Chrissy's a loser with money. That's it. Don't forget she lamented being in her luxury apartment by herself. Her words. Chrissy's just the stable auntie that's gonna call herself rich auntie. Loser chick. Right? She's a loser. Let me see if I can play this other clip for you guys before I get on the road. Here's Chrissy again.
They try to escape accountability all the time. Black women fall for it, and I'm just telling you not to fall for it. But when it comes to this whole, luxury lifestyle stuff and sugar baby stuff and hypergamy, all this, we know that black men in general resent black women who prefer men of means or who want a hypergamous lifestyle. And we know they resent black women who want that because most of them don't have a lot of money, right? That's why they hate black women in luxury. That's why they hate the soft life concept, because most black men can't give black women the soft life. They want 50-50. They want a, social justice warrior. They want a mule. They want somebody, a soldier that they can put on the front line to fight for white supremacy. So you can't be talking about that soft life stuff, right? They don't have no money. They're defeated by the white man, right? So they delight in seeing black women across the diaspora getting fucked over by rich men, especially if they're white. Period, in general, period, but especially if they're white. Because I was looking under this young lady's Instagram, Asta, the lady who was unalived by this killer boy. And there were black men under there like, well, see, that's what you get for being a gold digger. So it's like they have no, because they don't have any money, they resent these women. They resent these women for being, beautiful and being able to attract rich men. They resent them. But guess what? Look, that is not going to stop the black women who want to be hypergamous or want to live in luxury from trying to get that lifestyle, or the black women who want to swirl. This is not going to stop them, especially now when black women are waking up to the fact that black women are also getting fucked over by broke men. Broke black men, mediocre black men. In fact, it's poor black men fucking black women up the most. It's not rich men. It's not white men. It's poor black men. Which is why I believe it's fake concern and fake outrage. At least from the people who are focusing on the minority of black women getting fucked over by rich men. If they were that concerned about black women's safety, they will be talking about who harms black women the most. They will be talking about what socioeconomic class harms black women the most. And more than any other race of men. If you were really concerned about black women's safety, you wouldn't be focused on a minority of men doing bad things to black women. Let's be honest about that. You just get triggered anytime, or you get happy, rather, anytime a black woman gets fucked over by a rich man, especially a white man. Why? Because you ain't rich and you're not white. That's why.
So y'all heard that? Our issue is that we're not rich and we're not white, right? Chrissy, your entire project on colorism is based off the European beauty standard. Uh-oh. All the data is showing more and more that black men aren't the one chasing after white women for European beauty standard. That's what black women have been selling y'all selves, that BS lie, for decades. No. It's women like you, other women of color, that are chasing after white men for white male validation. Right? So now what, Chrissy? Y'all see how she uses the word mediocre also, right? Once again, Ebony K. Williams, Chrissy, right? Yanni, all these, this mediocre word, once again. So now they're not just calling you dusty because they realize that most black men are actually I-ish. Yes, the poverty rate in the black community, of course. Legacies of Jim Crow and slavery and Jim Crow, right? Of course. And they realize that once again, black women are poorer than black men, right? So now they're using mediocre and dusty pretty much interchangeably because everything that's not elite and white is an issue, right? So Chrissy pretty much is saying you're not a white man. But Chrissy, you're not a white woman. Isn't that half the reason? Black men aren't fretting about not being white men. Black women like you are fretting about not being white women. And more data is coming out. It's not black men chasing after white men's trophy, the white woman. It's black women chasing after white women's trophy, the white man. Once again, a loser talking crap that don't know what she's talking about, or even worse, knows the information, but she's selling her subscribers BS. Right? She's selling her subscribers BS. Chrissy accuses black men of not being white men. I don't understand what the issue is here. She uses the term mediocre as a pejorative. Most people, the vast majority of people, are regular and mediocre. I don't know where you and Ebony K. Williams get off on using this word like, oh, yeah, y'all are mediocre. Most people are. Christy, you're a standard millennial black woman with no man. You're mediocre in that respect. Oops. You could tell us how much money you got. You could tell us about your luxury apartment. Yawn. Standard issue millennial woman, particularly black millennial woman. No man. You want to talk about mediocre? Railing against black men, mediocre, extra average black woman behavior. Railing against colorism, extra average dark-skinned black woman behavior. Anyone that is not the darkest of skin tone is light skin, is a preference, is an exotical. Once again, standard issue, dark skin, resentful, bitter, angry black woman behavior. You want to talk about mediocre? Outside of your YouTube career, what about you isn't mediocre, Chrissy? Once again, this is like a continuation of the Yanni conversation this morning. What y'all think y'all saying that's not extra average or mediocre? Like, Chrissy got the unmitigated gall to call black men mediocre. Yanni calling herself weird. Y'all are not weird. Chrissy, you're not elite. What? Because you got a little bit of money, right? Because you got a little bit of money. Listen to yourself talk. What about you is different? What are you saying that's unique? You got the unmitigated gall to talk about mediocre. Then she once again, and I caught her on this time again, right? Talking about black women that are in 50-50 relationships, like they want you to mule for them. They want you to do this for them. They're mediocre. They're this, they're that. Chrissy, if you didn't know, by the way, if you didn't know, Chrissy, right? Yeah. 1/3 of households in America earn $100,000 or more. That's households. That's man and wife, right? But the median household income in America is like $70,000. What are you talking about? It's like two people earning $35,000. What are you? And I didn't say Black America. I said America. That includes the white men that you worship, that you keep on acting like you don't. With your 1 foot in and 1 foot out ass. right? Chrissy, you're not presenting anything new. Chrissy, you're not presenting anything new. You're just another bitter, angry black woman. Dark skinned black woman who has an issue with your skin tone, who thought you was gonna come up on some lottery by dating non-black, and you don't got much to prove for that, right? You don't have much to prove for that. You don't have much to show for that. You're just a bitter, angry loser with a little bit of money in your luxury apartment. Look how they use their words. Mediocre. Why? Because we didn't turn you into an upper middle class white woman so you could look down on other black people. So black men are mediocre now. Chrissy, you've been swirling for like 20 years. Where's your white husband? Where's your Latino husband? Where's your Asian husband? And that's not going to stop us from pursuing the luxury life. Clearly. And most black, see, this is the part that you won't admit to your subscribers, Chrissy. The vast majority of them are going to fail because the vast majority of men are extra regular. And the majority of white men that aren't extra regular are racist as hell. The video that you were critiquing from that TikToker, yeah, that's kind of what she was saying. That's the part. Once again, you're doing the same thing you did with the Insider article and talk around the important part. I'm not extreme, I try to be nuanced. No, 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 actually, you kind of don't. Every once in a while, you put up one of these kind of cover your ass type of videos, so you could claim, well, I'm not extreme like these people, but you are. They're your ideological children, Chrissy. Many of those people, if I was to ask those women that you see as extreme, who they used to listen to when they were younger, I put money you're going to be on the list. You and Crystalline Karazin will be on the list. Especially you and me. You've been on YouTube for 8 years. Oh yeah, you're going to be on the list. You say these extreme things, then when your subscribers accurately read you for who you are, and they remove the coot and the pretending, then you're like, oh, well, y'all are so extreme. Chrissy, you are too. They just don't have it in them to do the 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And I'm not really saying that, but I am kind of saying that thing that you do, right? You're fake as hell. You're phony. Maybe that's why you don't got no man, right? You're a loser. You're bitter. You're angry. You're resentful. And you've been swollen for like 20 years and you don't got nothing to show for it. Except for a lot of money off of YouTube. I'll give you that. Monetizing your misery so that you can make money on other black women's loneliness and misery. It's kind of messed up, Chrissy, actually. While you claiming you trying to look out for them? Ugh. Right? I told y'all. Just like Yanni, Chrissy's the same. They're going to make money off of y'all in y'all misery. Right? They're going to make money off of y'all in y'all misery. Right? And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Talking about super chats and money. As I said before, they're gonna walk y'all off of the edge of the cliff. They're gonna walk y'all to the edge of the cliff, and right when you fall off the edge of the cliff into antidepressants, into thoughts of self-deletion, into sadness, into loneliness, they're gonna pick your pocket and walk off and not think anything of it. Right? And not think anything of it. Yeah. So, And this is what makes her particularly dangerous, right? My apologies, y'all, for the sound. Bikes on 95. Bikes on 95. Right. So, as I said, that's what makes her dangerous. Y'all listen to her so you can get your little Chinese wet while she defecates on black men, when her own life shows that she don't really got nothing to show for like 20 years of swirling. Just about 20 years of swirling, and what does Chrissy have to show for it? Right? What does Chrissy have to show for it? Right? She says mediocre, and essentially, what does she say? Essentially, she's going after any black woman that has any type of social justice spirit about them, that actually sees injustices, that even might like white dudes, but it's not anti-black man. That's why she went after the young lady. You don't want to bash black men? What's your problem? Sisterhood over everything. Ain't that right, Kim Foster? She said, y'all hotep swirling. If you don't have this type of anger and resentment towards black men, you're hotep swirling. Right? That's what she's saying. Right? And this is the type of person y'all listen to. This is who y'all subscribe to. Huh. Because the young lady says, yeah, I date white dudes, but I'm not necessarily anti-black man. So Chrissy pours over her comments and tell these young ladies straight up, maybe y'all shouldn't be dating outside y'all race. Y'all too concerned with black men. Y'all ain't trying to bash black men. Y'all don't see them as the worst thing ever, like Chrissy does. Freaking loser. How you got YouTube money? You got a luxury apartment. You living okay in life, and you still got no man. Right? Y'all let Paris Milan get a one up on y'all. Paris Milan. Oh my God. Right? Chrissy don't got nothing. You got your YouTube money. You have whatever money you're making off of your career. Right? Other than that, what else? What else? A woman in her late 30s who's into polygyny, polyamory, right? Who fashions herself as some type of, classist a-hole, who says, I don't like you Negroes either. Yeah, I don't like most of you Negroes. That's not the word she used. So you really a wannabe white woman. I said what I said before. I knew it. You're just a little bitter identity issue having troll. Right? And you claim you care about other black women and you want to look out for other black women while admitting that you don't like most of these Negroes. That would include black women. Then you make the classist argument. What about these poor black men? It's the poor black men. You mean like poor men in general? Like everywhere on the planet? You mean like poor people in general that commit violent crimes against one another because they're poor and they fighting over the crumbs and the resources on the bottom? So are you accusing black men of being human beings? People? Like poor black men? Are you accusing poor black men of being people that do what poor people do when they're in a horrible situation? So you want the black community to go after black men like white racist society goes after poor black men? Or you want what? Upper middle class and elite black men to do what? Off them? You probably do actually want that, huh? Loser. Whole Hitler out here. What's the accusation? Poor black men acting like poor people around the world? Acting like poor men from around the world? What's the accusation here? Oh, the accusation is that black men aren't white men. That's the accusation. And black men didn't make you an upper middle class white woman so you could look down your nose at other people. Oh, no, the accusation is that black men didn't grape, pillage, rob, destroy the planet like white men did so that you and other black women, dark-skinned black, you just want to flip the whole European beauty standard on its head. You want to be seen the way the little petite blonde blue-eyed chick is seen, right? That's your issue. You don't have a problem with the beauty hierarchy. You have a problem that you're not on top of the beauty hierarchy. Chrissy, if you are accusing black men of being jealous and being mediocre and hating their station in life, Chrissy, your entire project, this colorism project, you know that stems from like anti-blackness and white supremacy, and you're essentially complaining about not being the beauty standard. So who's the real loser? You have a whole entire channel dedicated to that. Who's the one really complaining? Right? You speak about complaining, train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. Who's the one really complaining? So are you like disingenuous and a loser and a liar? And you're telling half truths? Like I said, these people are waging jihad using you, everyday black women. They're waging a jihad against black men, and they're using you and your sensibilities and your feeling of loneliness, your feeling of rejection, your feeling of sadness, your feeling of loneliness. They're using you. Chrissy is monetizing your feeling of loneliness. Right? And for what? Right? And for what? Y'all give me 1 second. Let me get this right. And there we go. Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah. No, we got one more clip for you guys. Wait a minute. Let's get this ready. Right. But yeah, so Chrissy's going to continue on this road. The reason why we cover these things is to show. It starts off on, I have this channel. I'm going to be talking about colorism. Then I'm going to be talking about how black men participate in colorism. Oh, okay. I'm going to talk about how black men perpetuate colorism. Okay. Black men ain't ish. Then it's these Negroes ain't ish. Then it's these Negroes ain't ish while you're practically growling. Then it's all of you Negroes ain't ish. right? I don't like most of you Negroes. Yeah, let it all hang out. Let it all show. You are who we thought you were. Chrissy, you are who we thought you were. You are the little bitter, angry, resentful person we thought you were. Swirling since you started, your words, but yet you reserve most. You don't got no relationship to show for it, but you reserve most of your anger and not pretty much all your anger and resentment for black men because the white guys weren't colorists too, right? The Latino and Asian guys weren't colorists too. Even worse so, actually. Alrighty then. That's why you got a wedding ring. Oops.
Because I'm trying to see something. Because I don't know about y'all, but personally, I've been dating out since I started dating. Never experienced a non-black man I've actually dated calling me the N-word. I've come across racist people. You know, we all have, right? I've come across men that I could clearly tell were racist or just wanting to have fun with the black woman and nothing serious. But I quickly picked up on it and I cut off all communication. So it's not that she's wrong. She is right that they will still be racist and pursue a black woman, even possibly have kids with a black woman. But in my experience, most non-black men, especially white men who are racist, they just avoid black women altogether. But you know, some of them don't. But that's still not news. It's not TikTok worthy to me. And I have to say this. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of twos. You know, because and I don't think y'all are capping because I really haven't experienced this either. I haven't experienced a man that I've dated calling me the N-word. I just haven't. That's not my experience. Yeah, and a lot of y'all, yeah, you got to read between the lines. It's all about dating men. But you know, black women are dating and having kids with black men who don't like y'all. So, you know, that's why when I look at when I see these kind of videos, I'm like, okay, well, if that is your standard, then why are you dating black men?
Because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. First, so racism, anti-blackness now for Chrissy is just boiling down to whether the white man has the inward Tourette's, whether the Latino has the inward Tourette's, whether the Asian guy has the inward Tourette's. If they're not calling you the N-word, then is it really racism, anti-blackness? Can we call it that if they're not calling you the N-word? Because she hasn't experienced anyone calling her the N-word. So I guess this anti-blackness is not a thing. And she admits, you know, she's met these kind of guys that give her this vibe, this anti-black vibe, but they ain't say the N-word. So that's all anti-blackness is, the N-word? That's all it is? Right? Loser talk. Right? It's a good thing that she's saying what it is. Let her talk. Let her be honest. Let her talk. Let her be honest. But she's not being honest, is she? She's not being honest, is she? That's all the anti-blackness is the N-word? Huh? Chrissy, you still don't have a ring. At least as of right now. Maybe things will change as you get older. I doubt it, but possibly. The fact that you still don't have a non-black husband is the N-word, Chrissy. God damn, what country y'all living in? How blatant does the non-black man have to be? Chrissy, now if you pop out with a wedding ring and we see your hand with the ring and, you know, that's a different conversation. Chrissy, don't you get it? The fact that you're a swirler, you damn near 40, you've been swirling for like 20 years. The fact that none of these dudes turned you into a wife yet, that is them calling you the N-word, dummy. That is them calling. Boy, y'all, Chrissy. I done said you not dumb, Chrissy. Chrissy, I see you're not dumb, Chrissy. If you waiting for him to call you the N word instead of watching the fact that you're not married to one of these non-black men is the Chrissy, you've been. I said it too. Look at the anger and the resentment they have for black men, and they've been swirling for damn near 20 years. Don't got no wedding ring from none of these non-black men, but yet they reserve their anger for you still. They polyamorous, they're polygynous, they're bruh. And let's pause right here. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Let's pause right here. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, and y'all talk amongst yourselves. She's full of it. That's my point. Chrissy is full of it. She's a bad actor, and she's more concerned about getting back at these men that overlooked her than she is about actually being honest and serious about black women, dark-skinned black women, and the uplift of dark-skinned black women. If you notice, much of her channel, she's refashioned into this like black women level up, black women in luxury, hypergamous dating type of thing. But she's chasing after the bag. Is that actually going to benefit most black women? No. Even the black women that she claims to care about? No. Why? Because most men, not just black men, are extra regular and average. Not to mention, we're going through some serious financial issues in this country, and this is the time that you want to sell that type of lifestyle. Have fun with that, dear black women. See you in 20 years. All of you Christy subscribers, see you in 20 years. Right. And y'all give me a second. And we're back. We're back. We're back. Yeah. So Chrissy's not saying anything new here. Well, actually, Z, bring that back. Bring that back. So we find out that she's in her late 30s. We find out that her father's Caribbean, right? She might have said this before, right? As a matter of fact, some of these things, if I recall correctly, she's either said or alluded to before. Right. So yeah. So late 30s. Father is Caribbean, right? We recall her speaking about the Filipino guy that she dated before. She said made mention of this a couple of times, right? Chrissy also spends some time speaking about essentially speaking about Princella, speaking about Princella and everything but name, speaking about these women that are advocating for essentially same-sex loving relationships, right? Michael Ross said, "What country?" She did not say. She did not say, right? But she's essentially describing the Princellas and her ilk, the ones that are pretty much like, we need to have this kind of same-sex loving coven, and we need all men. And here's the thing, Chrissy admits, and this is what makes her so disingenuous. She admits that at one point she did say on her channel, "F all men, these dudes ain't safe" type talk. She admits that she did say that once, and she said, "Oh, but y'all ran with it, and I only said it one time." And then, bro, that's what I said. Chrissy, you got one foot in and one foot out. You hopscotching. You do speak extreme, and your subscribers hear you, and you don't admit what happened. Look, man, I went on a date and I got my little heart broken, or my expectations weren't met, and so I came and I recorded a little too early. I didn't cool down. I was pissed off, and I said some things, and I'm telling y'all, I'm reeling it. I'm pulling back. I'm reeling it back. I didn't mean it. Don't look. I was mad when I recorded. Or I was walking through a mall and I thought I got overseeing black men with white women, and I saw a black man with this cute little Latina, and I felt a certain way, and then I recorded afterward, right? Or I went and got some food, and the guy behind the counter, with me and him, kind of got a little back and forth, and I was a little hot, and then I recorded afterward. And you don't ever say that, Chrissy. You don't ever pull back. You don't ever actually say, you know what? I wasn't having a good day that day. So you admit that you said extremist stuff after you said you don't say extremist stuff, and you try to be nuanced. Wait, what? Like I said, she got one foot in and one foot out, and all she's really trying to do is cover her ass. So that if and when one of these ladies walk into a barbershop and air that shit out, and excuse me, we're after 10 o'clock, so we're using profanity now. When one of these ladies one day hits her man with a car, or goes into a barbershop and air the whole barbershop out, and we follow her and we see she subscribed to Chrissy, she subscribed to Yanni, she subscribed to Paris, she subscribed to Lexus Exodus Mahogany Pink. Chrissy's trying to cover her butt and say, "Well, no, you can't tie this to me. I didn't send them down that road. I was nuanced." These other women are too extreme. I'm not extreme like you. And then, Chrissy, whew, I don't think y'all be listening to yourself. You admit that still to this day, it kind of gets you. Every once in a while, it still kind of upset you. You said that in this stream. These people, boy, woo, wow. So you speak like you're above it, and then you admit that you're not above it. You say you're not extreme and you're more nuanced, then you admit that you might have said some extreme things and people took it and ran with it. And apparently this was in the recent past. So you admit that you said something extreme in the recent past once. You said once, which means you said more than once, but you said once, and people took it and ran with it. So you're admitting it, right? So this is just a look. I said it before. Yanni said, "Oh, you know who needed a hug? 16-year-old me." Boom. Just admitting you're 31. Well, at the time she was like what 30. Bringing it all the way back to 16. Kim Foster. I went to prom with a white dude because even the black nerds wasn't checking for me in high school. All right, cool. Khadijah. I was bullied when I was in elementary school for my dark skin. All right, cool. Oh, Stefco. I smiled when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock because I was bullied for my features when I was in elementary school. All right, cool. Bro, these adult ass women with childhood trauma. That's why I told y'all they be petulant children. Sorry, couldn't get that out. Petulant children throwing temper tantrums in their 30s. 7-year-old temper tantrums, but they're 30 something. Y'all remember Mr. Z was the one. This one I won't let it go. I came into space telling y'all, hey, no, they not really fretting about who broke their heart at 20 something. They're fretting about who broke their heart and overlooked them when they were like 7, 10, 15, 17. These women are 31, 35, damn near 40, still essentially talking about who overlooked them when they were 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. They're still mad about boys, once again, boys, say it one more again, boys that overlooked them in their teenage years. Chrissy admits to you she'd been swirling from the jump, from the beginning. So let's say we're not even gonna count high school. We're gonna count from the second you turn 18. So for over just about 20 years now. You said you're in your late 30s. So late 30s is 37, 38, 39. So you're in your late 30s. You've been swirling from the beginning. You've been swirling for 20 years, Chrissy, and you are still railing against black men? You're railing. I said it. For them, it's tit for tat, jihad. It's war against black men. Now Chrissy's admitting it's war against particularly poor and working class black men who she deems as mediocre. So that means just about any regular dude, period. But once again, particularly black men, because black men are black men. They unforgivable sin of being born black and man in a white supremacist society. These are the same people that complain about texturism, featureism, and colorism, charging you with the black tax for being a black man. Right? I don't like you Negroes either. Her words. Right? I don't like you Negroes either. Y'all heard her. Right? Charging you, black man, with the black text. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Right? She admits it.
For other cultures. And let me tell you what a free black woman does. A free thinking individual black woman does. I take from each culture what I enjoy. And I'm okay with whomever I'm with doing the same thing. It's not that serious to me. I don't need my partner to like all black people. I don't even like all black people. Hello? Oh.
And you hear that sass? Oh, did that trigger y'all? I don't even like all you niggas. I don't. Hey, all right. Keep getting your advice from anti-black people. Let's see how that works for you. I know what y'all think. Y'all think it's gonna be you as a black woman who's anti-black male with your white boyfriend or white husband or Latino or Asian husband or boyfriend who's also anti-black male, and y'all could go sell out in the sunset somewhere. Wait a minute. Didn't this same stream Chrissy mention Vincent LeBeau without mentioning Vincent LeBeau? Oh yeah, she spoke about him. Yeah, Chrissy know everything about Vincent LeBeau. Mr. Z knows. She said she mentioned him in everything but name. She know the whole story also. Her subscribers have been sending her all the information also. Chrissy, you helped to spawn that space. Let me do what you did. Hello? Yeah, Chrissy, you helped to spawn that type of space. You made room for that type of space. You and Crystal and Karazin and Cynthia G, y'all helped to bring the Vincent LeBeaus here. At least Cynthia G will own it. Hey, I'm just saying. Kevin Miller, you caught it. Kevin Miller says free thinking is Trumper language. I'm just saying. Yeah. Chrissy, you don't get to help to bring the extremism out of black women and then try to moonwalk yourself out of the conversation. Like, oh, I don't know who all these extreme black women. Where the hell did they come from? Chrissy, I have been like methodical. I have been supremely careful with my words in this space. I encourage my subscribers to watch non-black manosphere content. I tell them that black women are not the final boss. My channel would probably be bigger if I really wanted to lean into that extreme language. I'm very careful. I tell my subscribers no, I'm with a black ADOS woman. I prefer black women. Right? That's who I'm attracted to. Of varying shades, I'm very clear. You, Chrissy, think you could put one foot in and one foot out. You will say extreme things, try to walk it back without apologizing, without being honest, without the clarification. Then you'll try to mitigate for it by bringing on white dudes like Zach to tell, hey, y'all be careful because some of us white guys will prey on you. And then about 2-3 videos later, you right back to the same extreme language. Dear Chrissy, if one of your subscribers go out there, it won't be Z. Y'all forgot y'all forgot what type of white men y'all dealing with. It won't be Z. It probably won't even be a black man. One of these white guys who listens to you will be like, wait a minute, ain't she? I did the research and wait, she subscribed to Chrissy and she subscribed to Yanni and she subscribed to this person and that person. Y'all swore it's gonna be black men. Who's going after anything and everything that benefits black women? A white man, Ed Buck, and his ilk. You over here rail against all these social justice warriors. Great. You and the racist white conservative men agree. Except they're ripping apart anything that would be beneficial to black women. And there you go. You anti-social justice warrior, they're anti-social justice warrior. Except they're actually standing on it and doing something about it. Oh, wait a minute, but that's going to hurt the same black women you claim to advocate for. Yeah, that part. Right. Chrissy, I get it. You anti-black man, but this ain't gonna. That's not gonna help you in this way, right? You admit that you've been around these kind of white dudes. You could smell the anti-blackness pouring off of them, but they still want to pipe. Like I said it. Vet all men, bro. The white guys could see y'all coming from a million miles away, Chrissy. Chrissy, half of the white guys you thought weren't racist, were racist. Half of the white guys you done thrown the vagina to that you thought weren't racist and anti-black, they were. You think you could smell. Chris, stop it. You think you could smell the anti-blackness on these white dudes. Yeah, nah. And then another thing Chrissy does is she tries to boil this down to like the wigger type white guys. No. The wigger type white guys, y'all know those dudes. Nah, the square dudes, the square white dudes usually be the worst ones. Yeah, we know the wiggers say the N word on the low, sometimes not even on the low. See, you keep on trying to make this a class thing. You started like V. Stiviana right now. A man of your caliber shouldn't be thinking that way. Dear Chrissy, the square white dudes, Bartholomew the Third, you know the one that you actually want to marry because you think you're gonna come up off of him, be the most anti-black, and they can smell you from a million miles away, and they gonna pipe, and you gonna think they're not racist, and they're gonna ghost your ass. Meanwhile, you over here say, well, you know, not all white men are racist. It's the wiggers. I tried to warn y'all about the wigger. It's not just the wigger. Stop. It's not just the wiggers. Y'all getting played by all type of white dudes. It's not just the Jason Popes. It's the DJ Diplos. It's the Kid Rocks. It's the Chad Wheelers. It's the Machine Gun Kellys. It's all different type of white dudes from all different type of backgrounds. They don't gotta say the N word. Donald Sterling did not say the N word once in all of those recordings. Just about 20 minutes of recordings, he didn't say the N word one time. What are we gonna say? He's not anti-black. Chrissy, you boiled this down to saying the N word. Donald Sterling was talking reckless about black men, reckless about, and oh, I forgot. You don't care if he's talking reckless about black men. Touche. Good point. Talking reckless about black men. He didn't say the N word one time. Y'all go back and listen to those Donald Sterling tapes. He didn't say the N word one time. He didn't have to, and the message was still loud and clear. Right? You're just a liar, bro. You're disingenuous. You're a liar. You're waging a war against black men. Now we know you're on some classist thing. But these poor black men. You mean poor black men acting like poor men? Chrissy, you want to? Maybe we need to drop Chrissy off in India so she could see what colorism really look like, and so she could see what her and Paris could see what feminism, femicide really look like. They could see what colorism really look like, what femicide really look like, right? So they could see all of that. Talking all this crap about black men. It would have been one thing, Chrissy, if you at least had a man. See, Paris is like, yeah, I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna make money off of you, ladies. I'm gonna sell y'all on anti-black man talk, and I'm gonna go marry me a Nigerian and go sell out in the sunset with all this money I done made off of y'all angry, bitter asses. And me and my man are gonna take lavish trips, and I'm gonna be eating $2 dinner, $2 restaurants. Well, $2,000. Goddamn, Mr. Z, could you get it out? $2,000 dinner at exclusive restaurants. That's what Paris Milan is on. Yanni, Chrissy, right? All that talk. Yanni over here telling us these dudes are paying for her nails and her hair and her rent. Okay, whatever. That's a hard sell right there, Yanni, but all right. Chrissy keeps on telling y'all about hypergamous dating. 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 Not marriage. Chrissy says, you know, y'all not talking about this killer boy and what he did to the young lady, and what about y'all never talk about when black on black love goes wrong. And I'm like, wait a minute, what wait, oh my god, you imagine when black on black love goes wrong, so should there be a when a white on white love goes wrong? Wait a minute, they're snapped. Wait, do you want us to start documenting every time these white dudes off their wives, the Asian men off their wives, the Latino men? Oh, you don't want to see when the Latino men off their wives. Goddamn, like that's horrendous. Chrissy, you act like there's not Paris Milan dancing on the brother's grave, Terry Nichols' grave. You act like that's not a thing. You act like you ladies weren't dancing and making fun of Toby when the white young lady offed him. What are you talking about? Y'all don't even just do that for those type of dudes. Y'all were dancing on Kobe's grave just because he didn't marry a black woman. Chrissy, what are you talking about? There are black women that were wishing death on Jamie Foxx, arguably the most talented man in Hollywood, definitely the most multi-talented man in Hollywood, wishing death on him just because he doesn't have a black wife. And you got the unmitigated gall to talk about why don't we have a series on when black on black love goes wrong, when black on black relationships goes wrong. Chrissy, do your swirl thing. But I told you how it's gonna look. Y'all gonna do y'all gonna go from dating black men, not Chrissy in particular, go from dating black men, then go to dating non-black men. Then for some of you, yes, the end goal is gonna be same-sex loving relationships with black women. That's what it looked like. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Y'all done have me here for an hour and some change. Right? Y'all give me a second. Actually, y'all talk amongst yourselves and let's get those likes up. What I say again? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Yeah, there we go. So there's whole series on white folks offing their spouse. And it's really about anyone getting rid of their spouse. But it's mainly white folks offing their spouse. Like, Chrissy is so hard up on like points and scoring and dunking on black men. It actually makes her come off far more unhinged than she actually is. I don't think I think this young lady is so caught up in selling black women, like, because it's really about selling some type of hope. And she said it. She said it before. Any black woman, random black woman listening to Z, Chrissy has said it before. What's wrong on selling fantasy? What's wrong? She said it in the past. She is selling y'all some type of weird form of hope. The idea that we don't gotta have black men. We don't have to be dependent on them. Black women, dear, let me kill this bubble right here. Black men and black women are attached by the hip. You don't get to win and black men lose. That's not a thing. Dear black women, you don't get to win and black men lose. White society will make you feel like that. How's that been working for the past 40 some odd years? A whole lot of black women with degrees, no man. Lonely as hell, crying themselves to sleep at night. And y'all know it. I keep on saying that because it's true, by the way. See, you always say that. Yeah, it's true. There is no black women winning and black men losing. That's not a thing. If the white man would have you, then yeah, maybe. If the Latino man would have you, yes. If you could find a way to detach yourselves from black men, and y'all been trying really, really, really hard, then yeah. But it's not a thing. Dear black women, I said it before. I wasn't saying it as a threat. Either you make it work with black men or it don't work. I ran the numbers. Not enough black men, not enough non-black men are interested in black women like that. It's that simple. All the data shows it. Forget what Ralph Richard Banks is saying. Where's his proof? Because what's her face? Jennifer Lundquist and Chantel Buggs did the research, and the research doesn't show anything about these guys checking for black women in that way. It's called anti-blackness. Right? It's called anti-blackness. Y'all been trying. It hasn't worked, nor will it, not in America. Right? I said it before. For you to get white men to take on black women in significant number, you would have to tear down the same white patriarchy that makes you want them like that in the first place. The same reason you want the white man for the status of having a white man, for the supposed life of opulence you think you're gonna get in extravagance, right? So you could be a kept woman of leisure, the way Yanni is speaking about. You would have to get rid of that same white patriarchy that they're defending for dear life. Have fun doing that, because they're attempting to bolster it right now. That's what the repeal of affirmative action is about. That's what all of this is about. The going against Roe v. Wade. That's what all of that is about. Right? But the Chrissy crowd doesn't appreciate that. The Yanni crowd doesn't appreciate that. And then they feel like they're stuck in the black community and they're railing against black men. No, look, white men don't care about nothing y'all talking about. I'm gonna just put it out there flat. The white man that's gonna mess with y'all was gonna mess with y'all anyway, Chrissy. And all that anti-black rhetoric, the white men that want to pipe, they're gonna pipe anyway, and they still gonna be on some anti-black thing. And no, you can't vet them well enough. Sorry. Because you even admitted, yeah, I've been around and I've seen the anti-blackness. Once again, one foot in and one foot out. God damn, Chrissy got to be the best double speaker ever. right? I'm saying this, but I'm saying that. I'm going left, but I'm going right. I'm coloring blue, but I'm coloring red, right? She gotta be the goddamn best double speaker ever. Because really, what she's extreme, but she's trying to cover her ass. She really want to get at black men, but she don't want to say it too much to get her channel flagged, or that because Chrissy know what she's saying. She know a couple of her subscribers are unhinged and they're gonna go off and do something one day. She knows it, so she makes sure to try to cover her ass. Chrissy, it ain't gonna happen. Nah, bro, you got way too many years of insane content, right? With your fake mean girl ass, right? You calling Vincent LeBeau dusty as if you're calling Vincent LeBeau dusty while calling black men mediocre, right? As if you're not advocating for black women to be with white dudes off of the strength that they're white. I know you think that's not what you're saying because you want them to be women in luxury, but most white men are not balling like that. Most Latino men ain't balling like that. And the Asian dudes that are, I'm not even going to mention Asian guys. That's not a thing. Chrissy, you said you were with one Filipino, excuse me. Let's try to do that again. And you even admitted his mom didn't like you in the beginning, so there's that. Right? And Lion, this is the point, right? And Lion says they only want white men because on paper he's a richer simp. And that the goal for all of these people, all of these women, you let them talk, they're gonna tell you what it is. Let them talk. The goal for them is to meet a papered up simp. Simple. Their goal is to that's why they all over the Nigerian brothers, and that's why they all over the white dudes. The goal is to meet a papered up simp. Overlook my past, overlook my indiscretions, right? Overlook my attitude, overlook my weight, right? Let me throw this vagina on you. Hopefully you get hypnotized and you just start blowing money on me. Hurry up, put this ring on my finger. Let me drop these mixed babies. And be under your financial security. And you're a white man, so you have more status than these black men in this society. That's the goal, to meet a papered up simp. And that's women's goal that's not, by the way, that one is not exclusive to black women. Oh, this is all women's goal, is to meet a papered up simp. Somebody that'll let her snap off on them, be mean, be disrespectful, be condescending, be belittling, talk to the waitress any kind of way, be just that a old entitled brat, and just funds her life. Pay the mortgage with no problem, pay her car note, buy her nice things. Don't demand of her anything but just being there. Well, now I have to, Kareen, right? And thank you for the super chat, Kareen. Kareen, the first person with the super chat. And Kareen says, Are you watching the RNC debate commentary on it? Huh. Do y'all want Z to do a RNC play by play? Let me get some comments and definitely some super chats. If y'all want me to cover that. Right? We could definitely do some. You know, Mr. Z is all about the political talk. I definitely will get in on that one. Right? GC said the debate is hilarious. Vivek is getting ganged up on. Yeah, but see, Vivek is around my age, right? He's like somewhere in his mid, like what, 37 ish, 38, 37, 36 or something, 38, something around that age. Yeah. And thank you once again for the super chat, Kareem. Right. So yeah, let's play this clip one more again. Which one was it? Which one we gonna play this time? Right. Chrissy and her foolishness, and just essentially being an anti-black woman, right? Resentful and angry. Of course she is.
They try to escape accountability all the time. Black women fall for it, and I'm just telling you not to fall for it. But when it comes to this whole, luxury lifestyle stuff and sugar baby stuff and hypergamy, all this, we know that black men in general resent black women who prefer men of means or who want a hypergamous lifestyle. And we know they resent black women who want that because most of them don't have a lot of money, right? That's why they hate black women in luxury. That's why they hate the soft life concept, because most black men can't give black women the soft life. They want 50-50. They want a, social justice warrior. They want a mule. They want somebody, a soldier that they can put on the front line to fight for white supremacy. So you can't be talking about that soft life stuff, right? They don't have no money. They're defeated by the white man, right? So they delight in seeing black women across the diaspora getting fucked over by rich men, especially if they're white. Period, in general, period, but especially if they're white. Because I was looking under this young lady's Instagram, Asta, the lady who was unalived by this killer boy, and there were black men under there like, well, see, that's what you get for being a gold digger. So it's like they have no, because they don't have any money, they resent these women. They resent these women for being, beautiful and being able to attract rich men. They resent them. But guess what? Look, that is not going to stop the black women who want to be hypergamous or want to live in luxury from trying to get that lifestyle, or the black women who want to swirl. This is not going to stop them, especially now when black women are waking up to the fact that black women are also getting fucked over by broke men. Broke black men, mediocre black men. In fact, it's poor black men fucking black women up the most. It's not rich men. It's not white men. It's poor black men. Which is why I believe it's fake concern and fake outrage. At least from the people who are focusing on the minority of black women getting fucked over by rich men. If they were that concerned about black women's safety, they will be talking about who harms black women the most. They will be talking about what socioeconomic class harms black women the most, and more than any other race of men. If you were really concerned about black women's safety, you wouldn't be focused on a minority of men doing bad things to black women. Let's be honest about that. You just get triggered anytime, or you get happy, rather, anytime a black woman gets fucked over by a rich man, especially a white man. Why? Because you ain't rich and you're not white. That's why.
So, Chrissy speaks about black men being defeated. If black men are defeated, let's say black men are defeated by white men, can we also say that black women are defeated by white women? This is something that we never hear, right? We never hear this presented this way. If black men are defeated by if black men are defeated by white men, okay, fine, right? Granted. Are black women defeated by white women? Can we speak about colorism now? and how colorism is really an offshoot of white European beauty standards that black women are complaining about, dark skinned black women in particular. That they're defeated, and their real issue is that they haven't fought the good fight against white women. We can do that. We can have that conversation, Chrissy. Granted, fine. Black men are defeated. Black men have been defeated by white men. Cool. Fine, you're right. Have black women too been defeated by have black women too been defeated by white women? Right? Have Latina women defeated, and I'm particularly talking about non-black Latina women, so mestizos, right? Blancos, etc. Not the Afro Latinas. Nope, 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 nope. Can we say that also? Can we say Asian women definitely defeated black women because they got all the white dudes y'all want? Chrissy, if you're going to make the comment that black men are defeated, are you ready to deal with the fact that maybe black women are defeated also? And you can't say, no, these men put their women in position. Asian men? Indigenous Latino men? All of these men got defeated by white men, right? According to the way you speak, this kind of weird colonial speech, y'all got defeated by the white man. Okay, cool. We're defeated. Are you too defeated? Right? Exactly, line. Can I throw just pearly things in your face, Chrissy? Right? We could go all the way back. Can I throw girls write what in your face? Right? What was her name? Karen Strawn? Can I throw her in your face? Right? I could throw Pearl in your face. Can I throw Kim Kardashian in your face? Uh-oh. Right? Can I throw Cassie in your face? Can I throw J-Lo in your face? Right? If you really want to go there, Chrissy, if you want to talk about defeated, then I could start just throwing white women and Latina women and Asian women in black women's face. Mr. Z doesn't even speak like that because I don't think like that. But you know who does? Chrissy does. Oh yeah, exactly, line. Jennifer Aniston in your face, Eva Mendes in your face. And Eva Mendes was a baddie. Not so much now, but right? If we're going to do the you're defeated talk, all right, Chrissy, is that something you truly want to engage in? Black men are they're defeated. All right, and black men are largely they don't have no money, but Chrissy, all men largely don't have no money. I did the math for y'all. If I gave black women, you could have a ticket to any country on the planet you want to go to where you think you're gonna have a better chance at meeting and having a man propose to you. Let's say let's we won't even go all the way to marriage. Let's say propose to you. Dear black women, just the human rights and women's rights way of thinking, you got about 24 countries. There's 200 countries on the, just about 200 countries on the planet. Y'all got about 24 to go to. Chrissy, you don't want to have that conversation about defeated. Do do Arab men even rank black women? You want to talk about defeated? See, you're talking about defeated because in your mind, it's black men's job to up in the beauty standard and put black women as the beauty standard. But if that's the case, then explain Latinas. Fine. We won't even mention white women being the beauty standard. What about the Latinas? The clearly non-white Latinas? The mestizos? Okay, what about the Asian women? Asian men ain't put them there just like that. Right? You talking that talk, but it sound good, right? So yeah, Chrissy, maybe your subscribers should engage in some same-sex loving relationships. Like I said, we're in 2023. Let's see what it looked like by 2035. Let's see. Right? Let's see what it looked like by 2035. And Lion says, I'll ask, and thank you for the super chat. Lion says, I'll ask another question. If black men haven't done anything to warrant submission, what have black women done to warrant protection? Ugh. But in their mind, at least this is the way I hear them speaking. They don't have to do anything; they just exist. It's your job to show and prove. They come out the womb as little baby girls, and they get older, and they mature, and they become women, and it's your job to show and prove. They don't have to warrant. They don't have to do anything to warrant protection. Just exist. Remember, black women and women in general are human beings. Black men and men in general are human doings. It's your job to do. It's their job just to exist and be. Right? Now, they don't really account for the fact that protection is a preventative measure, which means if your man say you ain't going out, guess what? To protect you, you ain't going out. If he tell you, all right, cool, you can go out, but you can't wear that, then guess what? That means you can't wear that. What they really looking for is vengeance, which is you handling the situation after the fact, or during the altercation, or during the issue or situation. Not the protection when you're like, babe, I don't know about going down this road. I don't know about being in this neighborhood. I don't know about you wearing that. I don't know about you going out at this type of night. All of that is protection. Because protection is a preventative measure. Right? Are these people truly looking for protection? Eh. And to be honest, in the 21st century, these ladies really looking for provision over everything. It's money over everything. Right? It's money over everything. It's the resources over everything. Right? They're not honest. Clearly, Chrissy, she says it. She said one thing extreme, and then these people took it and ran with it while she's trying to hopscotch and be like, I'm nuanced and right. So we I don't I take I take these people seriously because of their influence, right? Their rhetoric and how it plays on young girls, the fact that they admit how broken they are. Because I work right through all of that sass and all that attitude and all that posturing, and that's all. This is black women posturing, all that fake swag and that posturing, and they speak about men and our bravado all the time. These people stay talking about men and their bravado and et cetera, etc. But they don't talk about women posturing, women's ego, all that women's version of swag talk, all that. I'm not scared. I'm this person and I can wear this and I do that and that. Yawn. Right. And that's where Chrissy come in. That's where Yanni come in and all that posturing and all that. I just want to keep a record of it, especially, in this time of social media. I want to keep a record of this thing so, as younger millennials and Gen Z get of age, while they're subscribed to these people, while they're listening to these people, and you have this little old dude on YouTube with his little old channel who keep on telling the ladies, all right, now, y'all keep on listening to these people. They're going to leave you in a world of hurt, a world of singleness and loneliness. And no, just because you're single doesn't mean you're lonely, but you're going to be lonely. Because these people only increase you being socially awkward. Men are not just these walking wallets and overglorified guard dogs, the way you see them, the way these people encourage you to see men. They're encouraging you to be opportunists. They're encouraging you to be extremely materialistic. They're encouraging you to be an extreme consumer. And quite frankly, the vast majority of men just can't afford it. Not just black men, the vast majority of men. And quite frankly, ladies, you can't afford it. We know what the median income for women is. It don't look good. We know what the median income for black women is. We know how many black women are earning $70,000 plus a year. It ain't looking good. It's not. So that means you're looking for a man to provide it for you. Well, the vast majority of men can't. That's white, black, Latino. I'm not even going to mention the Asian men. Stop. Right? So y'all go ahead and continue to listen to Yanni and Chrissy and all these other Cynthia G's and all the rest of them. Right? You got Princella. You got these Shira 7. Not Chrissy telling you, well, not all of us want to eat vagina. What about those of us that we don't want vagina? But I've been saying it. Where you think, Chrissy, where do you think your rhetoric leads? And Chrissy says, y'all do anything but just date out, just date out. But Chrissy, you're so disingenuous. You liar. Chrissy, they tried. That's the point. You're such a disingenuous liar. Chrissy, I called it. Y'all start off by dating black men. You get your heart broken or something don't go the way you want. You little entitled brat. It don't go the way you want. Then you swear off black men and you start dating non-black men and you do that for about a decade. That don't work. Then guess what? Guess what's left? right? Guess what's left? Same-sex loving relationships. Well, unfortunately for you, the majority of Latina women and white women are anti-black too, so you ain't gonna really make it work with them either. And guess what that means? Same-sex loving relationships with black women. Here we come. And that's what makes you so disingenuous and such a liar. Y'all to do anything but date outside your race. Chrissy, stop. Grow up. But yo, I don't like you Negroes either, ass. We always knew you were anti-black. We knew it. You didn't have to say it, but thank you for saying it. Right? You didn't have to say it, but thank you for confirming it. Thank you for confirming it for Z, because I kept on saying it to everyone. I kept on saying it to the ladies, and now you actually said it. You straight because you kept on hinting at it. You've spoken around it, but now you said it, and you said it with all that once again posturing and all that bravado. Thank you for saying it.
For other cultures. And let me tell you what a free black woman does. A free thinking individual black woman does. I take from each culture what I enjoy. And I'm okay with whomever I'm with doing the same thing. It's not that serious to me. I don't need my partner to like all black people. I don't even like all black people. Hello? Oh, did that trigger y'all? Yeah, I don't like all you niggas. I don't. I don't. Yeah.
We knew that, Chrissy Karen. You want to be Karen. We knew it. Thank you for confirming it, but we knew it. I don't even like all you niggas. I don't. I don't. We know. You want to be Miss Ann. You want to be an upper middle. Your issue is that you're not an upper middle class or rich white woman. That's your issue. That's your biggest gripe with black men. Ooh, Chrissy, if you want to be honest, we can go there. That's your biggest gripe with white men too. Black women like Chrissy's biggest gripe with black men and white men is that black men and white men haven't made black women what upper middle class white women are. That's what all of this is about. I want to be the European beauty standard. Right? When you when when you hear Yanni throwing her temper tantrum, what's the point? What's the incentive? What's the incentive? I want to be a kept woman of leisure. What's the incentive? Dear Yanni, you're like 30 years old and you're sounding like a 7-year-old throwing a temper tantrum. Right? I see you, Trell. I've been reading all those comments. Right? And all of them do that. All of them do that. That posturing, that bravado, that fake Valley Girl voice. Chrissy does it. Yanni does it. Kim Foster does. Y'all realize these are all women from different parts of the country that don't know each other, and they all do the freaking fake Valley Girl voice. The black girl swaggy, I'm better than all of you Negroes voice. They all do it. Y'all don't see an issue with that? You imagine if when black men wanted to talk like they were better than anyone else, they would put on some fake establishment. I speak like this, Bartholomew III. Whenever we wanted to talk down to other Negroes, imagine all you little feminists would have came out the woodworks calling us out for that. Wait a minute. Why is it when black men, Mr. Z speaks like this all the time? This is my tone right here. I shout a little bit more when I'm recording, but the brothers have heard me when I'm in the home. That's Mr. Z's tone, really, usually. But you imagine if black men in America, when they're trying to prove a point, when they're trying to talk down to other black people, namely black women, they put on the Bartholomew the Third voice. So I'm speaking like this until I want to say I'm better than you black women. You're not on my level. Your issue is that you're not a white woman. That's your issue. You imagine? But Kim Foster gets to get away with it. Chrissy gets to get away with it. Yanni gets to get away with it. I ain't mentioned Cynthia G because she got Bobby World's mom voice anyway. She got Midwestern mom voice. She came out the womb with Midwestern mom voice. Right? Paris pulled that same stunt. You imagine? Lexus Exodus does the same thing. All of y'all with the fake corporate, fake valley. It's really the fake vocal fry. I don't know how somebody from Houston got the fake vocal fry, but whatever. Where Kim Foster from again? What, Oklahoma or something like that? All these people with this fake vocal fry when they want to talk down to some Negroes. Right? And AB says, hold up, Sinji is from the West Coast. Don't you put that on us. Yeah, she is from the West Coast, but she sound Midwestern as hell with her fake Bobby World's voice sound, Bobby World's mom voice sounding ass. Don't you know? And Sahel Potter says, by the way, what happened to Chrissy's online magazine? Her people ain't supported? Of course they didn't. Her people ain't supported because they're really not about the upliftment of dark-skinned black women. They're about railing against black men because dark-skinned black women ain't what they're not the European beauty standard. Because they're not the European beauty standard, they would much rather talk crap to black men about it than support Chrissy's DDS magazine. And Chrissy knows it. And she's tacitly made mention of it a couple of times, but she's bitter about it. Chrissy is giving her subscribers exactly what they want. And that's going to lead to all of their downfall. Once again, you've been swirling for like 20 years, Chrissy. You don't got nothing to show for it. I'm just saying. You got YouTube money to show for it. I mean, you railing against black men on YouTube. You got some good YouTube money. Chrissy got what, 200 and something thousand subscribers? You know, that's not too shabby for someone that's never shown their face and everything. Mr. Z's never shown his face. I don't got 200 and something subscribers. Right? Not too shabby. Right? 200 and some odd thousand subscribers. Not too shabby. So outside of that, what you got to show for you railing against black men all day, every day on your channel, and finding every way to turn any conversation into a colorism conversation and a conversation about black men's preferences, right? And now it's about dating out and swirling and black women in luxury and Black women dating hypergamously, even though that's not a real thing because black women aren't dating and marrying out of their class for the most part. Even the ones that listen to you, Chrissy, you're asking them to jump one or two classes. That's not a thing. That's why when it does happen, it's like, oh my God, he married her. It's not a thing. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. You're just talking, right? So yeah, at the end of the day, this leads to many black women engaging in same-sex loving relationships. Chrissy, you helped to bring that about. It's interesting when you listen to someone speak, or better yet, y'all ever see like your aunt and how your aunt speaks, and then you look at your cousins and your aunt act like she don't know why your cousins act the way they do. Right? Like you raised them. You act like that. That's why they act like that. You talk like that. That's why they talk like that. That's why they speak like that. That's why they move like that. So Chrissy is being disingenuous. What did you think the logical conclusion of what you speak on would be? These black women have tried dating outside their race, which are vet all men BS. You forgot what country you live in. Most white men aren't racist. Maybe their penis isn't racist, but I don't know. Right? The way you talking. All right. So, I'm not going to belabor it too much longer. Um, yeah. So Chrissy is just doing the normal Chrissy thing. Found a way to turn this on black men. She don't like you Negroes, obviously. I said it to black women. This wasn't gonna, dear black women, this wasn't gonna stop with black men. Chrissy's saying it more and more. She didn't just say, I don't like you black men. She said, yeah, I don't like you Negroes either. I don't need a spouse to like black people. I don't like you Negroes either. And Negroes wasn't the word she used. Do you know how, I think about this all the time. You know how frightening it is when I think to my, we're going to have like the worst mixed children ever. Forget tragic mulatto and identity issues. We're going to have racist white dudes who have children with anti-black, essentially racist white women chocolate dipped, essentially. What type of effed up mulatto children are y'all going to be raising? Oh my God. You imagine anti-black black woman with anti-black white man raising these little mixed light-skinned waffle colored babies, right? I'm just saying, Candace Owens. Anyway, I'm just saying. I am Wolf. Cough, cough, Sage Steel. Pretty much. Yeah, but Sage Steel is already light skinned, so like her children are probably like really passing looking children, right? But yeah, so like and like Chrissy doesn't see it. You know it's real when these people like the war is everything. Defecating on the opposite side is everything. It's every they'll find a they I don't it doesn't matter if we're speaking about Jupiter. They will find a way to bring that conversation into black men ain't ish, right? Oh, another one, Malika Andrews. Oops. Right. What is Mr. Z talking about? Crystal and Kerosene. How did we forget? Right? Not the oldest daughter, all the rest of the kids. The oldest daughter's from a black man, all the rest of the children. It kind of doesn't even matter if he was anti-black. She was anti-black for the both of them, right? And that's what I find absolutely dangerous about this type of rhetoric. Trell, you see me? It's the Roots article. The Roots are when we were going after the Roots article with all of those that bro Twitter, that was hysterical. It's raining. It's black men's fault, right? Earthquake happened in Haiti. It's black men's fault. India just got hit with a how many foot wave? It's black men's fault. The fire in Maui. It's black men's fault. White people that ran up on the Capitol building. It's black men's fault, right? And when Chrissy speaks, that's what you kind of get. Sale says, anyway, I want to hear about anti-black women lesbians, bro. You mean like Princella? It was bound to happen, right? Stark might crash. It's black men's fault, right? Solar flare. It's black men's fault. Comet hits Jupiter. It's black men's fault. Pluto gets demoted from a planet and then promoted back to a planet. It's black men's fault. Right. Trail killed me when this John Benet Ramsey, those damn niggas. Right. And that's Chrissy and her entire project. I hear you, Chrissy. You little bitter, angry troll. You've been dating out. Wait a minute. You've been dating outside of your race for damn near 20 years. No ring, no prospect, no man, and yet you talking crap about black men when you've been out here. Excuse me. I told y'all they'll be out here pogo sticking with non-black men and still talking crap about black men. Chrissy, you admitted that you started the game swirling. And somehow you talking crap about black men? This is the same thing what's her face? Mahogany Pink said on her interview with Lexus Exodus. pretty much y'all matured and came of age knowing black men was an ish, and yet y'all don't be having nothing to show for it. Y'all don't even have the non-black man. 20 years, Chrissy. You're approaching 20 years. I'm starting to clock off at when you were 18 as an adult. I won't even go back to high school. And if you said you're in your late 30s, if you're 38, it's been 20 years. So when I say 20 years later, when I say I'm joking, but I'm not joking. I'm joking, but I'm not. Chrissy, Exhibit A. When I say 15 years later, that's pretty much where, I mean, if we start off at 18, Yanni's 31, so she's really closer, like 12, 13 years later, 13 years later. At least Paris out the game, and Paris got out the game before 30. All that crap she was talking, she got out the game though. She led y'all astray. She said, I'm gonna lead you astray, but I'm gonna make some money off of you and y'all bitter asses, but I'm gonna be good. Found her ballerific Nigerian man and got out the game. I'm out. Skirt. Meanwhile, Chrissy over here talking crap. Yanni over here talking crap. Bro, y'all. Princella over here talking crap. Ebony K. Williams. Goddamn. Kim Foster. Well, Kim Foster's she in a relationship right now. So let's see what that look like. Right? I'm said that she'll be back in the game soon enough. You mean, are you talking about Paris or are you talking about Kim Foster? I already know what your answer is, but go ahead and put it down. I know what your answer is, but go ahead and put it down so I could say that I knew that's what it was. Right? So, you know, coming to a close, this is nothing new. I want to play this last clip again, and we'll close out on the other side of that, right? Let me say it. I'm with, and you tell me if I was wrong. You talking about both of them now, right? You talking about both of them.
Because I'm trying to see something. Because I don't know about y'all, but personally, I've been dating out since I started dating. Never experienced a non-black man I've actually dated calling me the N-word. I've come across racist people. You know, we all have, right? I've come across men that I could clearly tell were racist or just wanting to have fun with a black woman and nothing serious. But I quickly picked up on it and I cut off all communication. So it's not that she's wrong. She is right that they will still be racist and pursue a black woman, even possibly have kids with a black woman. But in my experience, most non-black men, especially white men who are racist, they just avoid black women altogether. But you know, some of them don't. But that's still not news. It's not TikTok worthy to me. And I have to say this. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of twos. You know, because and I don't think y'all are capping because I really haven't experienced this either. I haven't experienced a man that I've dated calling me the N-word. I just haven't. That's not my experience. Yeah, and a lot of y'all, you gotta read between the lines. It's all about dating men. But you know, black women are dating and having kids with black men who don't like y'all. So, you know, that's why when I look at when I see these kind of videos, I'm like, okay, well, if that is your standard, then why are you dating black men? For other cultures.
Yeah. So before I get to Abo, let me put this first. First, Calvin is over here putting time to it. Calvin said both in 3 years. Ooh. Well, Kim Foster's not she's in a relationship with the dude that Okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone. Coming off a little, limp wristed, but all right, cool. Um, but she's in a relationship. It's not a marriage. Paris is actually married, right? So there's that. But Calvin said 3 years. They both out of here. And Trail said both of them exactly. Not both of them. Both of them, right? And Abe, oh, thank you for the super sticker. And once again, Abe, oh, thank you for the super sticker, right? So I really wanted to cover this today. Um, as I said, I'm covering this so we can hear what Black women posturing looks like, right? I'm covering this because her title is literally Sugaring Gone Wrong, Hotep Swirlers, and Fake Concern from the Community. And for those of you that recall who she's reviewing when she says fake, excuse me, Hotep Swirlers is the young lady that I covered like last week. I think a bunch of us covered her last week, right? A bunch of us covered her last week. The young lady that was speaking about the white guys, or the week before maybe, the white guys that have sex with these Black women and date them and then still still a racist, right? So that's Chrissy pretty much chastised the young lady, told her maybe you ain't built for this swirler game. Essentially, that's what Chrissy was saying, right? Maybe you ain't built for this swirler game, right? And the sugar baby, and Michael Ross says, "Who's the sugar baby?" Um, there's a young lady who posted a video of like being with some. Looks like he's white, but he's a weird looking kind of white, right? He looks almost like he reminds me of. What's the brother with the interview show? Very fair skinned. He has the interview show online. Oh man. Oh man. And he's been in the game for a long time. Older gentleman, y'all know who I'm talking about. I forgot his name. He's interviewed all of the He's interviewed Dr. Umar Johnson. He's interviewed Tariq Nasheed. Name it. He's interviewed Boyce Watkins. Y'all know the bald brother, light skin. Um, white beard. Um, he has the interview show. He interviews pretty much anyone of note that's Black. But um, there's a video of a dude that looks like him. Pretty much, this sugar baby got pregnant from him, and it's all type of foolishness and et cetera, et cetera. Rock Newman, goddamn, Michael Ross, you good? Yes, Rock Newman, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That was good. That was fast. First guess, right? Rock Newman, exactly. T. Yes, Rock Newman. Rock Newman. Yes. I'm embarrassed that I forgot his name, but yes, Rock Newman. Right. Yeah, exactly. Diaspora L. Rock Newman out of DC. Yes, Rock Newman. Thank y'all. Right. So so apparently this sugar baby got pregnant from the dude, and now they going through it, and it's looking kind of dangerous. Yeah, and what Chrissy's did, and she does this all the time, right? It's like trying to defend this thing, kind of, sort of, right? Which is like the y'all are doing way too much talking, and she's really directing it towards Black men in the Black manosphere and certain Black women. And essentially what she's saying is y'all are doing way too much talking about these kind of tragic cases of Black women trying to sugar baby with white men and it turns out tragic, or Black women trying to swirl and divest with white and Latino men and it turns out tragic. Y'all talking about it too much. And so it's as if she's trying to do, like, she's defending the space, right? Defending her space, better yet, right? And try to do some type of like damage control, you know? Earth said, "Why he gotta look weird though? He looked like my dad." No, Buddy Roll in the video, like he and you know, by the way, that wasn't no insult to Rock Newman, but like when I saw him, I was like, he reminds me of Rock Newman. So yeah, right. And Earth said, "Why he gotta look weird though? He looked like my dad." That's not an insult to your dad, Earth, right? So you know, I I wanted to bring this to us to cover this, especially right off the heels of me covering Yanni this morning, and to show that these are and this is also, you know, come to think about it, this is also kind of a response to the FD signifiers that keep on telling us that these people have small ass channels and they're inconsequential. Both of these women that I covered today have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Any given video, they have tens of thousands of views. And it's not, they just don't have the ears of women, they have the ears of young women. And their subscribers are all different type of teachers. You know, their subscribers every once in a while in the comments to kind of tell you what they do for a living, and it's everyone you can, from nurses to teachers, people that are interacting with your general public every day, your black general public every day. It's, I'm speaking to black women being anti-black while having the lives and the minds and the sentiments of young black people in their hands in their real life. So they're subscribed to Chrissy, they listen to her. They're subscribed to Yanni, they listen to her. They're subscribed to Paris and Cynthia G, they listen to them. These people are anti-black male as all get out. And these women are around black men and black boys all day, every day. Right? And FD signifier want to talk about muddying the waters and had the unmitigated gall to show Kim Foster as if Kim Foster, little troll, resentful ass, is not in the category with Chrissy and Yanni. You better think twice, FD. Just because she's a Harvard grad don't mean she's not in the same category with her anti-black male rhetoric. I don't know what type of private conversations y'all are having, but the content she put out on her channel, right? So I just wanted to cover that with y'all today. You know, I'm about to end out. Um, thank y'all for coming up. Well, thank y'all for listening. We'll try to do a panel. Ugh. If not Friday, Saturday, if not Saturday, Sunday morning, something like that. Something like that, right? But thank y'all for listening. And I put this out here so that we can be careful. See, the difference between Z is I'm not telling y'all to go swirl, right? Y'all know, like I just put this information out there, and I make sure to not don't. This is not about hating black women, right? I don't. I'm not necessarily an advocate for passport bros, although I understand it. I'm not an advocate for SYSBM, although I understand it, right? I'm not waving the banner. I describe it sometimes, right? But I'm not. I don't. You know, I'm not a card. Clearly, I'm not a card carrying member of either. But I know how to describe it and I understand it, right? But these are things. The difference between how Mr. Z speaks and Chrissy speaks is, for me, it's not just about poking fun, getting the dunk points on black women, right? And defending the indefensible, right? It's not about that. It's not about that for Z. It's not about to calling black women losers and all this stuff. Y'all are defeated. White women. That's why I said, like, okay, fine. If black men have been defeated, right, namely by white men, then can we say that black women have been defeated by white women? That's why I posed it as a question and then went into detail. Because Z don't speak like this weird ass colonial language. I'm careful with what I say and how I speak and how I advocate, excuse me. And I encourage my subscribers to watch non-manosphere related things. In my community tab is a bunch of just random things about cars, about politics, about history, current events, etc., etc. Right? And I don't put on some weird tinfoil hat conspiracy theory type thing. Shout out to you, Yanni, to kind of explain what's going on. Right? And Abe O says, in real life, these women are softies. Don't let them fool you, bro. In real life, man, these women, for the most part, I would wager that in real life, these women are not speaking like this around the people around them. As a matter of fact, what's the Deborah Cooper lady? She when she had her panel with the swirlers and divestors, pretty much all of them said as much. And pretty much all of them spoke about like not just divesting from black men, the entire black community, because they want to be able to speak like that around non-black people, so they pretty much want to be white racist people. But you're right, in real life these women ain't talking like this because it's just way too overt. It's they lay it on way too thick. And Chrissy even kind of spoke to that. The problem is, Chrissy, you're engaging in it still. Chrissy think because she's quote unquote on the lighter end of the extremist language, she's not extreme. Chrissy, you extreme, bro. You may not be full on Lexus Exodus. You may not be full on Cynthia G. You're not outright advocating for aborting black male babies. You may not be going all the way there with it. So we'll say you're on the lighter end of the extreme people. But you just pulling the same stunt that Crystal and Karazin did. Y'all help to bring about the extremism out of black women, and then y'all want to reel it back after the fact. Nope. Right? So on that note, everyone, we'll end out here. So we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Mr. Z been talking for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Right. So we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. Y'all keep y'all head up. This is not about hating black women, right? This is not Mr. Z gonna poke fun sometimes. Oh yeah, we definitely gonna poke fun sometimes. But this is not about dancing on their misery. That's weird. But it is about saying, all right now, y'all keep on listening to Chrissy. Does Chrissy sound like she got it all together? She all right, huh? She happy? She sound like she happy? All right. Don't let that posturing and that bravado and that swag fool you. Chrissy's miserable. Don't let it go. That's why every once in a while you'll hear it in her voice and she'll lament about being in her luxury apartment by her goddamn self. All right. At least Kim Foster had the ovaries to admit that she would be sad and miserable. Right. Chrissy, on the other hand, gonna pretend. All right, cool. Right. So we'll truly pause right here. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night. Once again, love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, and Mr. Z out. All right, everyone.